Pricing the website development service is a bit tricky. There is always a tussle going on in mind that whether I'm charging less or will the client pay this much for my work. Well, there are no strict rules in terms of setting up the pricing for a project, but we can learn some general methods to make this task easy. First of all, keep in mind that the overall budget of the project influences the final product. It facilitates how many features and functionalities you will be able to provide and how much time you will be able to spend on the UI and UX of the project. So, the more the budget, the more the features and time for UI and UX. It is a simple rule. It is important to come up with right pricing because if you charge low, you will not be able to make profit, and if you charge more, you could lose the client to some competitor. We also know that the minimum required cost to build a website includes the cost for domain name and hosting plan, whereas the additional features like themes and plugins are optional. Now, if we consider some factors to decide on the pricing, the first factor would be your skill level or experience. How much value you can deliver to the client in the project. If you have been working on website development for quite a good time and you have a very solid portfolio to showcase your work to the clients, it gets easier for the client to judge the quality and level of your work and accordingly justify the amount you are charging for the project. And if you are just getting started, then I recommend you to build at least a few sample websites to showcase as a portfolio of your work. Trust me, you will be able to get a decent price for the website if you have a portfolio to show. The next factor is the project time. Based on your work experience, you will be able to figure out how many hours the project will require to complete, and you can get more clarity on how much to charge based on the time you will spend on the project. Next factor is the type of website, that is, whether it is an information website or static website, or is it a landing page with conversion optimization and automation, or is it an e-commerce store where payment is to be collected? Pricing depends on the criticality of functions on the website. Next factor is the niche you are working in. If you are into making websites for doctors and medical professionals, then you may get a good value for the websites you build. But if you are creating basic informational websites for some local vendors, you may find it difficult to charge high for the project. Next factor is the scope and size of the project. Suppose if you are creating a website right from scratch with branding and research, the pricing will be higher as compared to updating a previously made website with some minor content changes. You also need to consider how many revisions you will allow before launching the website and what will be the yearly maintenance charges for frequent updation in content. All these factors matter while finalizing the price for a website project. And if the client needs those extra add-on features and functionalities and you have to take subscription of some dedicated plugins for that specific project, then feel free to charge high. Another important point to consider is the competition. Check how the freelancers and agencies are charging for the website development in your region or your niche and come up with the ideal pricing based on your skill level and features functionalities that you are offering to the client. Keep in mind that the pricing varies as per the country and location you are working. At some places you might get a low price and at some places you might get a good price even for a small project. It is based on the economic condition of that region. So try to come up with the regional prices and finalize your one accordingly. And the last factor to consider is the value of the work to the client's business. Let me make it clear. It means to charge according to the value you will deliver to the business of the client. If the website you can create will add great value to the business of the client, you can consider charging a higher price. And if the ROI for client is not significant, then you cannot get the premium price, you will just charge a decent price. So, once you are done with the pricing, complete the proposal and send it to the client. Don't forget to mention the yearly recurring charges for maintenance and hosting that the client has to pay every year. And when you are good at work, you are providing value, there will be no denial from the client side. So, keep delivering value to the clients and your business will keep growing. All the very best.